He is a great God. Tell somebody, say, our God is great. Just make yourself comfortable. Do not be tired. All these little children, why are you weak? Imagine your age, imagine my age, still standing, doing these things that I love. Time shall come that I will not do all these things. If I'm alive, I'll be on my chair, following it small, like some of our mama here and papa here. But now, I can do it. I have to do it. Because there will be a time I like to do it, but I'm not going to do it. Because age has taken over me. I found the joy of doing it. Some of my mates, last night they were clubbing. When they come to church, they are feeling dizzy. They don't like staying in the church because they were at a nightclub. And some of you are planning to go for occasion. All is well. But King David said, any day I found myself in the presence of God, I am very, very glad. King David was a dancer. He danced for God, not in the club. King David was a musician. He played harps, he played hymn, he played drums, he played guitar. King David was a singer. He never sang for the people of the world, but he sang only in the house of God. He was nobody, but God made him a king because of his devoting spirit. He has no class. He has no qualification. His father was doing well, but he was born out of wedlock. Imagine me having a child somewhere, and the child I have somewhere, my own children may call the child bastard, but I know that the child is mine. And at the end of it, the child I have somewhere will have all it takes to be a man of God. Why my own children, they're not interested in my things I do. This is about King David. Remember Jephthah, the story of Jephthah. Remember the story of Samuel, the mother of Samuel called Hannah. Samuel was just giving out, take it, let it be a servant, a slave in the church. Not knowing that he is the one that's going to take over the position of a priesthood and the position of the major prophet. The woman that was crying, and people were mocking him. Somebody like Miriam, the mother of Jesus Christ, Yahushua HaMashiach. The earthly father happened to be a carpenter, a poor wretched man. They were priests, bishops, without education, without being a graduate, having PhD. You can't have this top position in the house of God, like a priest, like bishop, like pope. Jesus was born as cage of the world. He was born in the midst of animal. He began his ministration with animal. Moses began his ministration with animal while he was taking the animals of Jethro. David began his ministration with animal while he was taking the animals of his father. A shepherd of animal became a leader. When Jesus came in and started ministration, look at what they were asking him, the way they were asking me today. Who ordained you? Who ordained you? Who gave you the qualification? Where did you come from? But he was doing something that they cannot do. May God use you to do something they cannot do in life. I'm not hearing somebody. He was doing something that they cannot do. Yeah. King David was doing something that his brethren cannot do. He put down Goliath and made Goliath to fall down. He did something that they cannot do. So, to take and to have the power of success, two things are involved. I'm not going to be long because we have been praising God today. I'm so happy. Tomorrow we are going to do fasting and praying. The caption of that fasting and praying, this year, say after me, this year, I'm not going to be a failure. Are you sure? Celebrate your life. Celebrate your own self. This year, I'm not going to be a failure. You said it. You meant it. And it's going to work for you. I'm not going to be a failure. Nobody can stop it. How? Power of success. Let me read Holy Book for you. The book of 1 Samuel chapter 2 verse 7 and 8. The Lord maketh the poor and maketh the rich. He bringeth low and lifted up. Verse 8. He raises up the poor out of the dust and lifted up the beggar from the dunghill to sit them among priests and to make them inherit throne of glory. For the pillar of the earth are the Lord's, and he has set the word upon them. Hello? Now I'm here. Look at here. He said, Lord, make the poor. At the same time, he make the poor to be rich. Somebody say, I'm rich. You are not saying something. Say it. Look at this place. He said, he bringeth low and he lifted up. He said, he lifted the poor out of the dust. God can do those things. That's power. I'm talking about power. Somebody said power. God, he said, he lifted up the beggar. He lifted up the beggar from the dunghill to set them among the priests. A beggar today, a wretched person today, that tomorrow you will have the power to be a giver, not a beggar again. Somebody say power. This is decision that somebody like you need to make. You make the decision, I make the decision. And you see how it's going to work for us. He said, the Lord maketh the beggar. So God can make the beggar to be among the leaders. He can do it. Nothing is impossible before him. But God knew to choose somebody that will do that work. Listen, what is miracle? Miracle is the work of God. And God wants to be known in the midst of people. Then God wants to be known. God wants people to talk about him. Meaning that God wants to use somebody and do some miraculous work that it will be amazed before people, that people will talk about God can do this. This is miracle. God is a miracle himself. There's no miracle he can perform by himself. But he wants to use somebody to perform that miracle. The miracle like healing. You are sick now. God wants to heal you. What does he need from you? Commitment. Somebody say commitments. He needs you to focus on him. Now, God wants to give you an excellent wife, excellent husband. What does he need from you? Give him yourself. How? Your commitments with God. So, no matter the situation of government, God never look at the rulers. It's none of his business. Remember, it was when the people of Israel were in captive. They were in captive of the King Shushan, Hazaros, king of Shushan. Remember, they were in captive. From the slave. So, all the people of Israel, they were slaves under the land of Persia. So, this slave, that the king pick a wife among the slave. everything is possible before God. This is rejected people. They are our slave. So there is nothing like the uncle of Esther went for political meeting and he had opportunity to talk with the president or the governor, and that is how Esther was linked in that marriage. Far from there, the man was a slave, and his work, he was working as a slave at the gate. So for Esther, always come once to bring food to her uncle. So how does this happen that a slave become a queen? A queen of the land that her own people were slave, captive under the country. Are you getting what I'm saying? God looking for people he will use to perform what? Miracle. It's only when you pronounce something I want you to say. Always pronounce power of miracle. Can you say it? I'm not hearing you. When you pronounce power, sons and daughters, some of you are here. Personally, I know where I was coming from. Some of you know the family where you come from. If somebody tell you that today, that person years ago is the person that people are serving today. That person that hawk business, you carry business in the market square. I remember I've hawked orange in this world at Area market. I've hawked pure bottled water. There's nothing like sachet water there. If somebody tell you where you were coming from, that you will be in this position today, you will say no. Because a fool say there's nothing like God. When you ask fool to make life, do you know what a fool used to say? I don't have connection. I know who I am. I didn't think I have connection, I would have gone far. No. You have that connection you want. The only connection you need in this life for you to be connected with Almighty God. If you are connected with your own God, it is God that will fix your life. What God cannot do, nobody can do it for you. Listen. The power of success is in your hand. Just position yourself. Two things I would like you to do. One, believe that your contact and your connection come from God. Then number two, manner of approach. The things that make you to come close and you go back to the queue is lack of manner of approach. Somebody sent voice note to me. I saw it this morning. I purposely listened to that voice. The voice pissed me off. And I called my wife, said, listen to this voice. Approach. God wants to do something in your life. The way you approach to people around you. The way you approach to people in the business, in your shop, in your offices, in the environment. There are two types of approach. If you are weak, your approach will be, let everybody love me. You are a whore. You will have manner of approach with limits. I was discussing with somebody last year, say, your problem, you never say no. And your problem, you never let the past to go. That will withhold you. That's something that came into me this year. Anybody that forgets you, forget him. That new people will come to you. Anybody that stop talking to you, stop talking to him or her. Many want to talk to me. I have grown my life and positioned myself as a signpost, as you are looking at me as a signpost. So when you close your eyes, others are looking at me. Approach with limits. Not approach with weakness. Not that that as a woman, you have manner of approach. Anybody that step in around you must take you to bed. Because the man of God asks you to have. Now, you have respect for the approach in you. Then that approach is called the integrity or integrity. You respect the soul in you. It must have limits. I was discussing with somebody. This person is a smoker. I say, whenever you are high, anything can happen. That's why you need to stop it. If you don't stop it, you don't have integrity. People can talk to you anyhow. You are a nice person, but this particular thing disqualify you. Sometimes personally, I'm looking at you, my heart is not relaxed. Many, you can lose me. Maybe you are interested in me. If my heart is relaxed with you, if there's something God wants to use me to do in your life, if there's something that God wants to use you to do in my life, so approach and to have respect for who you are. Hello? Have respect for who you are. I used to say in the office sometimes, some people will come, hey daddy, can I embrace you? Say no. No. Give yourself respect sometimes. So many people can plant something in their body in the kind of, because the man of God said that we have approach, the spirit of approach, to approach people, manner of approach. Hey, I embrace you. After embracing me, I will not have myself again. A little thing you are shouting, complain, ask God to help you. Listen, Elias prayer every day. Deliver me from evil. Do not put me into temptation. Give me wisdom, understanding, a perfect knowledge to serve and worship you all the days of my life. Encourage my faith in thee. Strengthen me to do thy will. I do not ask money. I do not ask anything. I am asking the weapon of defense every day. Deliver me from evil. Say after me. Do not put me into temptation. Give me wisdom, understanding, good knowledge to serve and worship you all the days of my life. Strengthen my faith in thee. Encourage me to serve you, to do your will. This is prayer I pray to fortify my stuff. Deliver me from evil. Do not put me into temptation. You pray to God. You need power of money, but when the money comes, no wisdom, no knowledge, you can't control it. If you are on top because you have money, you use that money intimidating the paupers, and you forget you were a pauper. Because there's no wisdom and knowledge in you. So these prayers, I'm asking God the weapon of life every day to protect and defend myself inside and outside. Now, where we read say that God can make a beggar to become a wealthy man. Somebody say power. So God can give you that. But you need to have manner of approach. Calm down in some things you do. There's something that happened yesterday. A boy came to my house for dedication of a new car. I called the friends and the brother. I said, take it easy with God. Give God time. Don't rush God. Stop rushing God. He knows that you are desperate of this. There's no way he will not give it to you. Listen, every of your heart desire, as long as you are asking God about that, praying prayer about your heart desire, he is your father. He knew that you need that. But when he find out that you are in the position to have that, he will give it to you. But sometimes you are desperate, you have it, and that thing you have will put you into trouble. So many people, they have money, but they don't have good health. They force themselves to get that money. So many people, they have money, they don't have protection. They must not go without security. Their mind, their heart they are always afraid that somebody is after them. So many of them, they have money. They will be going from native doctor to native doctor, doing all kinds of concussion to protect themselves because they are afraid. So many people, they have money. They don't have children. So many people, they have money. They don't have good marriage. So many people, they have money. They don't have joy. So many people, they have money. They don't have good health. They must take injection of this or that to survive because they rush it. When you allow God, give God time, give him time, I believe that at the end of the year, you will see what I'm telling you. But the most important thing, give yourself respect, have manner of approach. That is what is disqualifying you. For money, for power of sources, you must surely have it. I'm not hearing somebody. Power of sources, you must surely have it. The most important thing, give yourself respect. Imagine a slave become a queen, and the same slave telling the king what to do, and the king listen to him. Okay, look at this miracle in Holy Book. The story of King Joseph. Joseph, the prime minister. A prisoner. A slave. He was bought as slave. And there was a temptation, you know the Bible story. He was taken to prison. He was in the prison and was doing good in the prison. He has that manner of approach. Being decent in the prison. His decency made the warders to recognize him. Warders are the people, the force that take care of the prisoners, the warders. And his lifestyle has reached to the palace, including his gift. Everybody is gifted. Why your gift will not favor you? Because there's no manner of approach in your gift. That's why so many people will die with their gift. As you are looking at me, I know who you are, who I am. If you don't have good manner, you may die with that gift. And that gift cannot provide food on your table. So Joseph was there. His approach to other prisoners, his character to other prisoners, the way he coordinated them, made the warders to know who he was. There was problem in the palace that people find out that it was only him that can solve this problem. So many people come from farm near to see me in my office, call me on phone, and they were talking to me, say, I know you. Somebody told me about you, and I know you are the only person that can solve this problem. My gift is good, but the approach on it matters a lot. Then, what am I saying? One beautiful day, and a prisoner was taken to palace to face the king, the president of a nation. And president of a nation has no sleep. It was only this prisoner, at the same time, a slave is the only person that will help the whole country. Just a word. How much more you, that God will not do something in your life? Are you getting what I'm saying? Remember, when the king began to open up and tell the story of his dream, this guy relaxed and began to narrate it, fix it, and tell them what to do, give them solution. And after giving the solution, he's about to leave. The king said, where are you going to? I'm going back to my prison yard. I said, you don't belong there. You don't belong there. Okay, sir. Come over here. Okay, sir. He called him guards, take him to bedroom, change his clothes, give him rope. He will walk under my government. Instantly. So a beggar has become an honorable member of a government. It is miracle of God. Imagine during the time of Naaman. Naaman had case. He has been visiting doctors. He has been visiting magicians. He has been visiting herbalists. But a slave girl. Do you know what slave means? That the owner of the slave can call the slave, say, remove your clothes without pleasure. There's no negotiation. So a slave has no pride. But a slave managed and told somebody. And somebody managed and told somebody. And somebody managed and told somebody. And somebody managed and related to Naaman. If you can listen, I will take you to somebody that will help you. So this slave has this prophet Elisha, and she was slave. It's not about being a prophet, to have me as a prophet. But there's a position that God has placed you. I can be a prophet, you are suffering, but one day the miracle will locate you. So, and he said, slave, call her. Why? My Lord is Elisha. Where is him? In my land. Because she was a slave. She knew about Elisha when she was small. They said, take me to him. Slave used to walk while the masters go with camel and horses. But that day, say, you can't delay me. Climb up on the horse. And she climbed on the horse. The slave directed them. And when there was a kind of mix of misunderstanding, the slave was shivering. Why is he telling me to go and bathe in their river? Does it mean there's no sea and river in my place? Whatever the prophet asks you to do, do it. What kind of... I'm sorry, sir. But there's a difference between the water in this compound of Throne of Eliar than the water in your house. There's a difference. There is a difference. The water that rush here in Throne of Eliar's kingdom is different from the water in my house. The slave began to approach. Try this water. They are water. But there is this difference in between water and water. This is powerful water. This is ordinary water. Use the powerful water. Wherever the man of God asks you to march, that place point is powerful. When the captain listened to the slave and do exactly the prophet asked him to do, and he became whole, do you think he can treat that slave again as slave? Level has, wherever you are, is a testimony. Number of years you have stayed without a husband, without a wife, your own husband, your own wife is different. They are coming for you. Stop panicking. Just give yourself respect and give yourself closeness with God. Miracle, financial grace. The prophecy of Moses said, who make man to be rich? It was God that gave the power to be rich. Not by your own, not by your power, not by your man, but by the Spirit of God. So 2025, stop panicking. Level must surely change in your own favor. Your life level must surely change in your own favor. Jehovah must surely do something in your life this year. I know what I'm telling you. Somebody who sent a voice note to me this morning, he was telling me, you are my brother, but I know you have made life. He was saying things according to his level of knowledge. It is only approach, manner of approach, can help you. If you're a woman, over-demanding to a man is not a good manner of approach. If a man is pleased with you, he will do why you have not asked. Don't remand the authority of the company where you are working to add something in your salary. You are hard working. They are seeing it. it is only God that will touch them to give you promotion. Walk with God. I was on my own. He came here and slapped me. I asked him, why are you slapping me? Do I know you? He started kicking me. And we started fighting. Trouble. Miracle do the same. You will be on your own. Miracle will meet with you and beg you. Miracle will kiss you. Miracle will ask you to dance. And miracle will say, this is the level you are heading to. Every bad thing that is happening to you, the same good things can come. The same way the bad thing comes is the same way the good things can come. Every day of my life, if I see something that hurts me, I will cry and keep quiet. Say, this particular thing that hurts me, the same way that something that will make me happy will come. Because a wise man, a spiritual person say, no triumph without loss. The opposite of every bad thing that happened to you, the opposite is still on the way. That's a good thing. Who was Jesus? Who, by the way, who was Joseph, the carpenter? Imagine the qualification of Jesus. Had it been something that requires certificate, he cannot be a pastor. He cannot be a prophet. Today, people cannot be a pastor without certificate. When miracle comes, when spiritual power comes into a man of God, a woman of God, when you start doing signs and wonders, there's nothing like certificate there. You can never ask Reverend E.S. Emeka who ordained me. I have a bishop that ordained me. That bishop, you cannot see him. The ordination I have in me is prophetic ordination. I was ordained by miracle. Miracle brought me to this level. May miracle take you to levels. I'm not hearing somebody. May miracle take you to levels. Nobody can stop you. The same way you fell down in business last year is another way you are moving higher. You are going higher. You are going higher. The same set of people that speaking against you are the same set of people that will praise you. They will praise your miracle. They will praise your signs and wonders. It is the Lord that will make a beggar to become rich. Imagine you a few years ago, before you will eat Indomie, you know the type of suffering you will suffer. Imagine you a few years ago, before you pay children's school fees, you know how cry you cry. It is the Lord that make poor to be rich. Somebody say, I am rich. God never look at who is on the government. Government is versus politician. You are a child of God. If this road of government close, God will make another way where there is nowhere. God shall make a way for you. He will make new ways of business for you. God will give you a business that will change your career. He will give you contact that will change your level. He will give you people that will take you up there. Somebody say, forward ever. You have sold one or two things to start up business. Anything you sow to start up again, you will have it times 7. I am not hearing somebody. Whatever you have sowed to start afresh, listen to me, you will have it times 7. My God will bless you all the areas of your life. Somebody say, God, I need power of success. You will succeed in whatever you do. Can I hear a louder amen for time?
Let me tell you something. Some of them that believe they can block your life. Some of them believe that they can intimidate you. I read the story of Daniel, prophet. He was opportune to have a top position in the government. But politicians attacked him and tried to kill him and later succeeded in their own power. But he called upon one contact. Don't tell me you are looking for contact. There's only one contact somebody needs. And when he found himself in the dungeon of lion, he was calling one contact. He was calling the phone number of that person. And that person is Almighty God. King David said the same thing when Saul was after him. He said, no matter how you are pursuing me, I am going from bush to bush, river to river, value to value. But no problem. Even though I walk through the shadow of death, I fear no. For thou art with me. God will be with you. Your enemies will fall down. Your enemies will bow down. Your enemies will fall down. Your enemies will fall down. Disappointment will bow down. Hard luck will fall down. Failure will fall down. Heartbreak will fall down. Disappointment will fall down. Cashless will fall down. Sickness will fall down. Trouble will fall down. Police case will fall down. Land case will fall down. Court case will fall down. Everything will stand for your favor. Celebrate life. May God bless somebody.